pleasant conditions continuing throughout the week and at least into your Wednesday, but we could have a first alert for some rain returning to the forecast. So keep that umbrella and that rain jacket handy for the holiday weekend. We're breaking it down right here on First Alert Weather Extra. Plus, the newest statement from FEMA and why they're sounding the alarm on ongoing cuts and the impacts it could possibly bring.
Live on your side, First Alert Weather Extra starts right now.
Well, welcome in, everyone. I'm First Alert meteorologist Tania Michelle. It's such a pleasure to spend the evening with you and in your living room, perhaps. You're watching First Alert Weather Extra, and we have a lot to get to. We are tracking returning rain and storm chances for the latter half of your week, but the big story this week are those faux fall temperatures. We'll talk more about that 7-day forecast in a bit. I first want to show you what the next big thing is. So take a look at high temperatures over the next couple of days. They're going to be pleasant, as I mentioned before, and I think you're going to like what I'm about to show you. Take a look at this. Temperatures as we approach your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, really even into next week. We're tracking 80-degree conditions, staying below average as we continue out this week. And this evening, if you have any plans, you're in for a treat because we're getting to enjoy it right now as we speak. The one thing that will happen later this week is that we will see a little bit of wet weather as part of our next big thing, mainly Thursday night into Friday. But we bring in early next week, still pretty pleasant with those temperatures on the incline by next Tuesday. Here we are looking at that football forecast, breaking down more of the next big thing, the football season. We are kicking it off for many schools this week. Jack State at UCF in Orlando, Florida, 86 for kickoff, 60% chance for a few showers and storms. If you plan on traveling, you might run into some wet weather. That's the Thursday kickoff at 6 p.m. Another Thursday kickoff at 7:30, Alabama State at UAB. A slight chance for some wet weather, upper 70s, so not bad. Friday, light chance of rain if you're heading out to Texas as Auburn plays Baylor, 30% chance with a 7 p.m. kickoff. And Saturday, last but not least, Alabama at Florida State, 40% chance for a few showers and storms, temperatures in the low 80s. That's a 2:30 p.m. kickoff. You might catch me at a home game at University of Alabama sometime this season. I don't know when yet, but I'm planning that. And I'm not an Alabama fan, for those of you wondering. Hail State. Here's a look at those weather headlines. Another shot of cooler air expected throughout this week. We have a better chance for rain heading into your Friday morning, but starting Thursday evening, and we could see a few showers around for this weekend. So that's part of the next big thing. All of it we are tracking and keeping you up to date, well informed right here on First Alert Weather Extra. I want to switch your attention to the tropics here because listen, we only have really one thing that we're tracking in the tropics right now, and it is Tropical Storm Fernan. Right now, Fernan is not going to pose an impact to our area pretty much at all. And I want to pull this up on our screen behind me. Give me 1 second. We'll be able to show you what this track looks like. It is currently a tropical storm. As far as it impacting the United States, it's not. It's going to weaken and become a depression very soon. Right now, it's got maximum sustained winds at about 40 miles per hour, moving to the northeast around 12 miles per hour. And again, it's moving to the north central Atlantic away from the United States. So I'm pretty sure you're happy about that. Well, all of this, though, it comes as some current and former FEMA employees express concerns of the impacts that federal cuts can bring to disaster response. Fox News' correspondent Madeline Rivera has the latest.
With months left of hurricane season, dozens of current and former FEMA employees warn federal funding cuts could undo progress made to improve the agency following Hurricane Katrina 20 years ago. In a letter sent to Congress on Monday, they accused the Trump administration of reducing FEMA's response capabilities and called for it to be shielded from political interference by becoming a cabinet-level agency.
We see additional layers of administrative burden that have been put in place that are slowing down the ability to move those resources.
Specifically, they mentioned downsizing at FEMA, which has lost roughly 1/3 of its employees. They also criticize Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's decision to personally approve any contract or grant over $100,000, arguing it caused delays in responding to the deadly July 4th floods in Texas.
They have absolutely devastated FEMA more so than any agency in all of government.
Secretary Noem has previously defended the cuts and accused critics of playing politics with her department. President Trump has also discussed phasing out FEMA and instead leaving disaster response up to the states.
Because we have federalized so many disasters, they can always blame Washington. There's no political accountability at the state and local level. Things don't get fixed at the state and local level.
Last year, FEMA approved more than $1 billion in individual assistance to Floridians alone after the destruction caused by Hurricanes Milton, Helene, and Debbie. In Washington, Mather Rivera, Fox News.
Well, check this out. A massive dust storm sweeping through parts of Arizona just yesterday. The giant wall of dust, also known as a haboob, can be seen overtaking neighborhoods as the rain begins to fall and block the sun with dust. The National Weather Service is saying and actually issued a storm warning. And listen, that has been issued for Maricopa County for Monday evening. All right, everyone. I know many of you are getting ready for another school and a work day tomorrow. So let's talk about what you can expect for your Wednesday. Highs tomorrow, pretty pleasant. We're talking about more 80s in the forecast, 85 for some parts of central Alabama like Tuscaloosa and down in Greene and Hale County there. But here's that bus stop forecast. As your kids are getting ready for school tonight, they won't need the umbrella and rain jacket for tomorrow. We'll stay dry for your Wednesday. Temperatures warming up into the low 80s as I just showed you. Plenty of sunshine. More sunshine expected for your Wednesday. Great day to get outdoors, take your kids to the park, plan some after school activities. Outdoors will be best. Please wear the sunscreen though. You're going to need it with those UV rays, but we'll continue to hold on to that northerly wind, bringing us more of that cooler air as we approach your Wednesday afternoon, about 5 to 10 miles per hour as far as those wind speeds go. But another beautiful day in the forecast. We'll talk more about those rain chances later in the week coming up right here on First Alert Weather Extra. But the weather this summer could also bring a record harvest year for corn farmers. Get this, corn being harvested a little less than usual, and it's still unknown if areas that saw hotter than normal conditions are plant disease will impact final numbers. Weather conditions for the month of August could also play a role in the way corn is harvested. The U.S. is the world's top producer and exporter of corn. Well, the summer heat can also impact how fast we age. Scientists looking at 15 years worth of data showing that 2 years of exposure to heat waves could age individuals by 8 to 12 extra days. And get this, those who tend to spend more time outside, such as manual workers, had their biological age increase by 33 days. That means wear your sunscreen. This study was published yesterday in the Nature Climate Change Journal. Well, coming up in 30 seconds, we continue to talk about what you can expect for your Wednesday, and we take you to the desert, where we learn about the newest initiative to combat dry conditions. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back in, everyone. First Alert meteorologist Tania Michelle here. I'm getting you ready to head out the door for your Wednesday. What a beautiful Tuesday it's been. A little cloudy. Good news is tomorrow's going to be just a tad bit better. More sunshine expected. Still fairly dry. We'll see temperatures in the low 80s right around 3 p.m. Holding on to a mostly sunny sky for all of central Alabama. That northerly wind will continue about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But the big story tomorrow will be those early morning temperatures starting off in the 50s. I know. Crazy, right? Here's a look at what you need and your kiddos need heading out the door, though. You're still going to wear that sunscreen to protect your skin from those UV rays, light clothing because it won't be cold. Still going to be nice. You can dress light. The umbrella, you won't need it tomorrow, but you will want to have it on standby for later into the week. I'll be breaking down those rain chances on when you can expect the return of that more when we take a look at that full 7-day forecast. But that's out the door. For later into this week, temperatures won't change much. We're talking about more 80s through the rest of the 7-day forecast. And again, another look at that full 7-day in just a bit. Well, let's talk about this. Speaking of heading outdoors, putting on those dancing shoes. Meteorologist Megan Thomas joins us now from Jones Valley Teaching Farm, where we learn about a fun event and some cool moves.
It's that time of the week where we head to Jones Valley Teaching Farm, where I am joined by my favorite farmer, Farmer Jess and Desi. And we are here today because there's a big event coming up. And I want you to tell a little bit about the event and why it's so important to Jones Valley Teaching Farm.
Absolutely. So we're going to have Roots on the Ground. It is going to be Saturday, September 6th from 4 to 7 p.m. And this fundraiser is to raise money to build and expand community gardens across the city. It'll be a picnic-themed fundraiser, so we're going to have 10 local chefs here that are all cooking a different dish, so you'll be able to come and explore all of the different cuisines from across Birmingham, bring a lawn chair or a blanket, and sit out here on our lawn and eat, but also get to line dance with Desi Keith.
So, Desi, why is this place so special to you, and what are you going to be bringing to the table that weekend?
Because roots go with boots, and we're going to put boots on the ground. How about that?
Yeah.
You know, this is a great project that they're working with, and we want to be a part. I love collaborating with different people to do different things in the community. This place is amazing. So I want everybody to come out and enjoy the texture and all the things in the garden has to offer, and also dance with us a little bit. We're going to put roots and boots on the ground.
Roots and boots on the ground. And this place is filled with so much culture, and you're bringing that into this. I mean, the heart of Birmingham. And with Jones Valley Teaching Farm, if people are unfamiliar and they've never seen Farmer Jess on Weather Extra, what does this place do for the community?
Yeah, we use food as a platform for teaching. So we're not just growing farmers and growing people that cook food, but also teaching people math and science and history through the garden. I always say that plants are some of our greatest and oldest teachers. And so we have a lot to learn out here from the plants.
So we're going to learn a lot, and we're going to dance a lot and have a good time. Remind everybody when this event is.
Yes, it is Saturday, September 6th from 4 to 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale. You can go onto our website and buy them. They're $65 a ticket and $15 for kids. 4 and under are free.
Amazing. All right, Desi. Are y'all ready? Let's show them what they're going to get a little taste of this event. Ready?
2, 3, 4, back. 2, 3, 4, and kick.
Hey, 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 hey.
2, 3, 4, back. 2, 3, 4, and kick.
All right, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Oh, she got me over here boogieing a little bit. Well, check this out, though. A startup company in Las Vegas is trying to turn desert air into drinkable water. Prototypes of the new water harvesting technology are being made with a 3D printer. The company says hydrogel membrane is able to naturally capture water from the air we breathe. Well, don't go anywhere. We talk about the rest of the forecast for your week, and we're talking about how changing climates is impacting sharks. Welcome back in, everyone. You are watching First Alert Weather Extra, and I'm First Alert meteorologist Tania Michelle. Take a look now at the Super 7-day forecast, getting you ready for the rest of your week. Good news is it's not bad. The forecast is fairly quiet, and we're actually going to feel pleasant through the entire week as far as temperatures go. The coolest morning that you can expect will be your Wednesday early morning, with temperatures dropping down into the 50s. I know, hard to believe, right? It's still summer. It's still summer. 53 in Coleman County, 54 in Etowah, mid to upper 50s further south you go. It may be a few spots starting off in the low 60s like Utah and in Greensboro. That's Greene and Hale County there. But as we approach Thursday and Friday, temperatures don't change, but we do have some rain returning. So we'll start with some sunny skies Wednesday, and then we'll see clouds increasing heading into your Thursday and your Friday. Although clouds increase Thursday, temperatures don't fluctuate a whole lot. We're talking about 70s and still low 80s around on the map. 84 down in Greensboro, 84 in Bibb, 81 in St. Clair County, 81 degrees in Calhoun County. Still feeling really nice outside. We'll start to see rain and storms increasing late Thursday night into your early Friday morning. And for your early Friday morning commute, you might just run into some heavy rain at times. We're talking about more widespread rain being expected early in the day, and then rain chances start to taper off the later that we get into the afternoon and evening. Notice as we approach Friday evening right around 6 p.m., a lot of that moisture moves further down south central Alabama, and then we're dry late Friday night and just in time for the weekend. So if you have any outdoor plans Thursday, overnight into early Friday, highly recommend the umbrella, the rain jacket. If you're going to be out at any games, the poncho. Friday night, though, if you're north central Alabama, you might be just fine for any high school or football games in general. The one thing you will want to do is use our First Alert Weather app to get notifications of when heavy rain or lightning is near you, so you can be as prepared as much as possible. We bring in the weekend, though, going to see a passing shower or a storm. I wouldn't say much of a storm chance, more of rain than anything. Southeast central Alabama gets the better chance for some moisture. Areas further west that you go look dry. So if you want to make outdoor plans Saturday, I'm giving you that green light to do so. You can see where all the rain sets up, and a similar story is going to be around for your Sunday. Sunday, rain chances mainly for East Alabama, areas east of I-65. The further west you are, you're going to be a lot drier, but notice where the rain is setting up, similar spot. So if you have any outdoor plans and you're in Calhoun, Cherokee, Cleburne, down to Randolph, Chambers County, Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, Talladega, you guys have the better chance to see more of that rain for the weekend. Otherwise, beautiful weekend. Beautiful Labor Day weekend, matter of fact. A few lingering showers may stick around into early next week, but we're tracking more beautiful conditions with highs in the 80s. Now it's time to talk about that beyond the 7-day forecast here. Need to grab my clicker real quick so I can show you what that looks like. Our temperature outlook September 1st through September 5th across the United States. More below average temperatures for much of the United States. Above average the further north and Pacific Northwest that you go. California dealing with more above average temperatures as we approach the first few days of September. But here across the southeast, we'll be looking at temperatures lower than where we typically are this time of the year. So does that mean more fall-like conditions? I'd have to say yes. This definitely won't be blazing hot outside. As we look at our precipitation outlook, majority of the United States still going to be dealing with above average rainfall, and that includes us right here across central Alabama. But rewinding just a little bit, going back to our temperature outlook, our average high at this time of the year is around 90 degrees. So if you're okay with 80-degree temperatures, that's typically where we're going to be at for the first few days of September. So more fall-like conditions to look forward to. Well, get this. There's been a huge uptick in the number of great white sharks on the East Coast, fueled by climate change and seals. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more from New York.
Something I see out here. I haven't seen one before in 40-some years of fishing.
It's been a summer of sharks on the East Coast, where sightings of great whites have more than doubled in the past 5 years. They're known as the apex predators of the ocean, with tremendous power and speed. But locals say they're getting used to their new neighbors.
The sharks, they'll stick that much of their fin out, so that's all you see. And it was just, you had to have a sharp eye for it.
And it's been nothing like the movie Jaws. The sharks are eating seals, not people. The food supply is one of the main reasons they're moving north into New England and southern Canada.
It could be a function of a growing prey base in Canadian waters, and that would be seals.
Experts say those waters are uniquely suited for feeding sharks and other big predators.
There's a lot of rock structures, so that tends to, be home for a lot of marine species, which is food.
There are two other factors driving the resurgence: a big rebound in the great white population and climate change, which is bringing ocean temperatures up and possibly luring the sharks further north. So far, there have been no major disruptions reported as a result of the migration, and most locals say it's all part of living in an ocean community.
It's magnificent to see such big creatures in our ocean, in our local waters, and so close to shore.
Even though great whites are coming back in bigger numbers, it's still illegal to fish for them in U.S. waters. In New York, Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Well, we'll be right back with your final check of the weather and a look at those beautiful weather photos that you submitted on our First Alert Weather app. Catch us right here after the break. Welcome back in. You're watching First Alert Weather Extra, and you're also watching some of our submitted viewer photos. This one in of a double rainbow from Joseph Morrison in Moundville. This one, though, is a sunset in Pelham, and what a picturesque view from Bob Phillips. And a butterfly. Oh, it's giving spring all over again. What a beautiful butterfly capture there from Jacob Chapman. Oh, I love that. And this one at Rock Mountain Lakes, that's beautiful. I need to check that out. This one is from Aaron Ellis at Rock Mountain Lakes. A cool view there. Norma Bryan sitting in this sunset picture in Newmarket. How beautiful. I love that the reflection is there in the water. And this last photo sent in, this is a sunset in Berlin, Ohio from Karen Ford. You guys are always all over the United States and really all over the world. If you take any pictures of the outdoors, you know we want to see it. We're nosy. We want to know what you're up to. You can submit it in on the WBRC First Alert Weather app. I know it's only Tuesday, but if you're like me, you're dreaming of the weekend and maybe even a weekend at the beach. Take a look at this beach forecast at Gulf Shores this weekend. If you're going to be out and about, The forecast looks great. I mean, I almost just want to go drive down myself. 90 degrees Saturday, plenty of sunshine, looking fairly dry. Sunday, maybe a slight chance for a shower. Upper 80s, plenty of sunshine, and even into Monday, upper 80s there down at Gulf Shores. A perfect forecast for the beach over the next 7 days. Matter of fact, well, I wouldn't say the next 7 days. Ooh. It looks like Gulf Shores, Alabama. Maybe that other graphic wasn't quite right. This is the weekend forecast. I thought so. We're actually tracking a few showers and storms down there at the beach, both Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So not the good weekend for the Gulf Coast, okay? Keep that in mind as you're making those weekend plans. But I do want to show you what our weekend looks like here at home. We do have a perfect weekend here at home, though, across central Alabama. Saturday, 20% chance, maybe an isolated shower, low 80s. Low 80s again on Sunday, 20% chance. But there will be some rain in the forecast down at the Gulf Coast. So if you are heading down to the beach, you might want to rethink this weekend. Otherwise, we are counting down to some days. Fall is right around the corner. We are 27 days away until fall. That's September the 22nd. And you already know this weekend is Labor Day weekend, so if you're making outdoor plans here at home across central Alabama, you're in for a treat. Highs in the 80s, rain chances low. Labor Day is next Monday, though, September the 1st, and we are just a short 6 days away. Either way, we've enjoyed hanging out with you here on First Alert Weather Extra. It's been a long evening for your girl. I'm tired. Go get some dinner. Enjoy the outdoor temperatures and conditions. We'll have more forecast updates for you tonight, first at 9.